Welcome to Fredo's Football Talk. I'm your host, Fredo. With me today is the whole crew. We got the whole crew in the building today. We got that boy DC, Jerron, and Steven back over there in the background, running everything like he does. But besides that, gentlemen, round one of the NFL draft is officially on the books. Interesting. A lot of surprises, but overall, entertaining night right there. DC, you got any highlights of your thoughts right there, man?
It's very unscripted. Nobody could have guessed anything that happened last night, I don't think, other than the first pick. I don't think anybody could have guessed the rest of that stuff, but made for an interesting night. People did some stuff I thought they would never do, going both ways. So, real interesting. Can't wait to see what these next couple of days be.
Absolutely. Jerron, how about you, man?
Yeah, I don't know how anybody had a mock draft like for this, because like DC said, it was unscripted. You couldn't predict anything that could happen. It was some ups and downs for me personally in the first round, but man, it was entertaining. I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're gonna talk more about the draft later on, but right now we gotta recap some stuff. Mostly quarterback stuff, man. Aaron Rodgers, man, is officially a New York Jet. The Packers traded him to the Jets, and I want to say right here that they got the number 15th pick overall, and the 5th round pick for 2023 this year, and the Packers. The Packers receive the number 13th and the 2nd round this year, and a 6th round this year, and a possibility of a 2nd round becoming a 1st round. He plays 65% this year coming up. I say the Packers got a great package deal right here for Aaron Rodgers, and I'm pretty sure Rodgers is excited that now he's a Packer. DC, what are your thoughts on this right here, man?
Like you said, I think the Packers got a good deal, but overall, I think everybody's happy.
Yeah.
For the most part, both teams are happy. But like you said, if that turns out to be our 1st round pick next year, it's going to be lovely for Green Bay. Rodgers seemed like he got a little pep in his step when I seen the interviews they were doing with him. So he's got opportunity to do something big with this roster that the Jets have. But unfortunately, he went to the AFC.
Yeah.
and he's going to, just in that division alone, just to get out, it's going to be a dogfight. But it's going to be one of those things that I really look forward to. Not going to put a lot of stock into it like I did the AFC West last year, thinking it was going to be an exciting division, and it turned out to be a bomb.
Yeah.
But there's opportunity there for them to have some really good games this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in this division right here, man, that you have Tua in the Dolphins. You have the Patriots that you cannot deny their defense no matter what, even though you got a questionable relationship with Mac Jones and the Patriots. And then you got the Bills, that's could be a pretty tough division.
Yes.
And now the Jets that add a true quarterback and that team, man, I can see possibilities. It could be a dogfight in that division alone. Jerron, what are your thoughts on this, man?
So basically they did their pick swap in the 1st round.
Yeah.
You get Aaron Rodgers. They're gonna give up a 1st. The Jets are giving up a 1st next year because there's no way the quarterback doesn't play 65% of the plays. Let's be honest. Aaron Rodgers is gonna be 40.
Yeah, pretty close to it, if not.
Talked about retirement already.
Yep.
He's kind of standoffish, weird. He's leaning towards being a weirder guy. He's unpredictable. They give up a lot for Aaron Rodgers. And he slipped a little bit. Like, I know he had a thumb injury or whatever, but he didn't play as well last year as he's done in previous.
Yeah.
So to give up all that is a little bit concerning, but it's the first time the Jets have had a quarterback since
Brett Favre?
Sanchez led him to the championship game.
That defense did.
That's true also, but he was the QB.
Yeah, okay.
So they gave up a lot, but I think it works out perfectly for both teams. I'm interested to see Jordan Love, but Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
That's the best we could say. The only thing I can think of is I think the Jets are still the third best team in the division.
Yeah.
They're, with all that, they're
Yeah.
still the third best team in the division. So we'll see.
DC, you got anything else more on this?
Yeah,
man?
you know,
What's
the
up?
Jets, they trying to right their wrongs.
Yeah.
In the last 5 years, they drafted twice in the top three quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And them two guys not even starting.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get it right. And like Duran said, they may be the third best team in the division.
Yeah.
It's going to be really tough. I don't know. The fan base is hyped, but if nothing really comes out of this, I don't know what they're going to do. Because Aaron Rodgers in New York now, the fans are different.
Yeah.
You ain't in Green Bay no more. Hey, your own fans will boo you in the middle of the game.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know how he's going to respond to that. But with that said, also, this is crazy to say. I think Belichick's on notice as the head coach of the New England Patriots. He is going to have to. He going to have to pull a rabbit out of a hat this year. Because let me tell you something. Eventually, when you lose, and you can't keep ruling with an iron fist like that.
Yeah.
Eventually, them players are going to tune out. You can do it when you had Brady and you was winning.
Yeah.
You could call and make all those shots.
Yeah.
But now you finna start probably finishing last in the division for the foreseeable future unless you do something different. So it's going to be real interesting to see how Robert Kraft go about this the next couple of years because I don't see him finish. I don't know. I don't see what they can do to beat out, even to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
To get third, you know, I don't see anything. So Belichick, I think he's on notice, man. Just from this point on, I think you got to watch out what he does from there.
So DC, all right. So Jerron said that he sees the Jets as the third best team in that division. So where do you put them at?
Man, they're gonna be right there, but right there with Miami, it could go either way. 2-3 with them in Miami.
Okay.
It's just Tua's health that scares me.
Yeah.
That's the thing that really scares me. But as far as on the field, Rodgers should walk. He should show up and throw 30 touchdowns without a problem. I would think.
Absolutely.
But just go there and play football. You ain't got to be a hero. That team is already set up. You ain't got to go out there and go above and beyond. You already have the player that you need on defense and offense. Yeah. Just go out there and play football, and they should be okay.
Yeah. Especially, you know, what Tua, what he said last week, that he's even considering retirement himself. I don't blame the guy for all those concussions he has gone through for this past year that we know of. To me, I feel like the Jets maybe now are the second best team in that division right there. But other than that, Jay, you got more on that, man?
No. But
there's still a lot to go, Fredo.
Absolutely.
With the draft, and there's still players that can be moved. You got to make a splash. Buffalo got to do something. They can't sit on their hands now, you know, especially with him coming into the division. Yeah. And I expect Miami to do something else too. So
absolutely.
We'll find out by the time training camp starts. We have a better idea of what they're going to look like.
But as of right now, you know, this is Friday, the 28th of April. Right now, if we had to go play football right now, the Jets are the second best team in that division right now. Until then, you know, I give the number one spot to Buffalo, just because the weapons they got and the quarterback. Right now, I think Allen's better than Rodgers right now, my opinion. But I don't know how y'all feel about that. But speaking on quarterback news, Lamar Jackson, man, finally gets his deal. 5 years for $260 million. And which of that, 185 is guaranteed. Now, Jackson's is under contract through 2027 with the Baltimore Ravens. DC, what are your thoughts on that, man?
Why now? I mean, you could have done this 2 months ago. You still didn't get what you asked for.
Yeah.
And in Baltimore, they didn't bend.
Yeah.
You got 180 something guaranteed. You still didn't get Deshaun Watson guaranteed. You got him per annually, but as far as guaranteed money, you still didn't get that. You could have. Somebody must have gotten his ear that he really trusts and depends and say, "Come on, man, you gotta quit this, man. You really do. You gotta quit this. You're asking for this type of money. You know they ain't gonna give it to you guaranteed, but hey, both sides win. Yeah, Baltimore and Lamar win. But man, why take this long to go back and do something that you said you wasn't gonna do in the first place?
Yeah. So before I go to Jerron, I like to I want to put my 2 cents on this. So now that you have the Ravens and Lamar, like DC said, ever since February till now, they've been going back and forth. And you know, just the fact that they took so long to do that, man. Like, I wonder if there's gonna be any resentment from each side. It's just the fact that, you know, you went through the stage of you letting me test the market, and no one gave him that contract. I wonder if any team actually did call the Ravens and ask his situation, what's going on, what you want to take, or what teams offered behind the scenes to him. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like hopefully that right there doesn't like put two sides of it. Hopefully they can work together on the future and not hold resentment because of it. Because this is the nasty part of the business right here, man. Is like, I understand, man, like you want to get paid, but in that situation that he was looking for, like Deshaun Watson, that was a quarterback like him never goes up for a trade. That was like a rare moment. But then again, it was a team that was desperate.
Yes, the Browns were very desperate.
They were very desperate. Now, is it going to work out like an expected? We don't know yet because Deshaun still hasn't played a full season. What we saw last year, granted, we haven't seen Deshaun play since 2020. So Deshaun was out of football almost 2 years. So really, there's going to be a testament next year what Deshaun's really about in Cleveland. You know, we know how Deshaun looked in Houston.
Right.
Different circumstances, you know, different team, but you can't expect Lamar Jackson to get something like Deshaun did. Deshaun just I feel like he got lucky in that moment. And the fact is, you had 4 teams battling for his for that trade. That's what's crazy, and that Lamar didn't get something close to that we know of at least. Jerron, so what are your thoughts on this, man? The whole situation with Lamar Jackson, man.
I think for the Ravens, it was perfect. It laid out perfectly, and I think for Lamar, it's a win-win in my book. Lamar gets his headline of highest paid player ever. No agent. It's just him and his mama. You know what I'm saying? Talking contract. And Baltimore's got to thank Philly because Philly did all the hard work. Philly they signed Hurts early. They gave him the pretty much same base language that the Ravens used. All they had to do was top it a little bit.
That's it.
And then they thank God that Joe Burrow didn't sign because then that's when they would have had mud on their face. So with the Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, it's the same contract basically, just with a couple more, dollars onto it. Total money, total contract is $260 million for Lamar, $255 for Jalen Hurts, $185 in guarantees, $179 for Jalen Hurts in guarantees. The annual money is $52 versus $51. So they basically said, all right, Jalen Hurts did this. Our MVP is going to get a little bump over that. Yes, Jalen Hurts went and showed out in the Super Bowl, but we got an MVP player who is trustworthy. Let's give him a little bit bump. Let's hurry up and do this before Joe Burrow gets his, before Justin Herbert gets his. So right now, Lamar Jackson falls second in with the practical guarantee.
Right.
He didn't get the Deshaun, which nobody's ever going to get that
Right.
until maybe 5 years down the line when everybody is getting the same guarantee as what Deshaun got. He got $230 million guaranteed, which is ridiculous. Lamar is second, $185. Total contract value, Patrick Mahomes is $450 million. That's 10 years though.
Right.
Lamar Jackson, $260 million. He falls second. So everybody got what they wanted. It got little ugly, little contentious. I still can't believe nobody tried to get him. No, I can't believe that Washington didn't try to get him. Even the Texans, they could have got him. But all is well that ends well. Lamar Jackson through 2027, like you said. We'll see what they do. They got him some weapons too. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, absolutely. DC, you got any more on this, bro?
Like Jerron said, the only team that I think would have tried it was Washington because the owner's on the way out.
Yeah.
I can promise you, when he made that demand, all them owners got together. Hey, look here, we ain't even finna let this happen.
Yep.
Don't nobody. No, I mean not nobody, because once you open up that box, it's gonna be a wrap.
Yeah.
So I don't think nobody called them because they didn't want to start that guaranteed contract stuff. And like I said, only team that would have probably Washington because they're on the way out. It would have been Snyder's way of sticking it to the league on his way out the door. But all them other owners are like, we're not finna start writing these kind of checks. That's what I'm thinking.
I guarantee you, every owner is bullying the Cleveland Browns. Like when they see them in the owners meeting, they might be outcasts because they just set up this whole ugly situation between them, and none of that was necessary.
Yep.
Why are you gonna do something stupid like that? But like I said, they got together. He's gonna be a Raven for his career, pretty much. Yeah. So we'll see how that works out.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to the draft, man.
Yes, sir.
So the 2023 draft, first round, is on the books. So before we start this, man, yesterday me and Jerron went to the Texans draft party. Had a great time, man. It was me, Steven, Jerron, and David. First of all, gentlemen, thank you for going out there. It was fun and enjoy that moment with y'all. But we were out there interviewing people.
Yes.
Fun, man.
So
it was
check
great.
out the clips. Clips will be up soon. Yeah. Interviews will be up soon. It was exciting.
Absolutely, man. It was very exciting. But let's jump on to these picks right here. And let's start off with the number one overall pick. The Panthers select Bryce Young, quarterback, Alabama. DC, was this a surprise to you, man?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. As we got closer and closer, it became apparent that he was going to be the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no surprises there at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Jerron?
No. Even if the coach wanted to pick C.J. Stroud, the owner wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
They love Bryce Young, and most other teams love Bryce Young just as much. So there's no suspense. That was it.
That's it. All right, let's move on to the second pick. Second pick, the Texans, right here. Texans select quarterback, Ohio State, C.J. Stroud. DC, what are your thoughts on this right here, man?
It kind of shocked me. I thought they were going to take Will Anderson right there, but they ended up taking Stroud. But it looks like it's going to all work out, man. Stroud, but Texans went for it. They went for it. They swung big. So now we just have to sit back and wait and see how it all unfolds.
Yeah.
But overall, I think they got a decent quarterback.
Decent quarterback?
Yeah, I think they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you had to give this one a grade, what would you give it, man?
I really would like to know who wanted Stroud and who didn't want Stroud.
Okay.
Who really made the pick? That's what I want to know.
Okay.
Because if you don't like the quarterback, don't draft him. Just because people think you should take a quarterback at 2.
Yeah.
Don't take him just because you feel pressure. But I'd like to know who wanted that pick. So that would tell me everything. But I would still give him an A because they needed a quarterback.
Yeah.
They feel the need.
Okay.
They feel the need. So like I say, only time will tell.
All right.
It's just that's the one that comes back to get you fired.
Yeah.
That's why all those lights are gonna shine when you take a quarterback that early. The lights are gonna be bright on you from day one. The lights gonna be bright. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Jerron, how about you, boy?
I was actually a little bit surprised that they went C.J. Stroud. There was a lot of rumblings about Will Levis and a lot of smoke screens, but that's the pick I've been wanting to make the whole since the season ended. That's what they had to do, and I feel the ownership stepped in and said, "Hey, like you do whatever you want with that second pick, but we have to have a franchise quarterback." And it only made sense that C.J. Stroud be the one. He's the one with the least amount of questions left on the board. As a grab, I'll give it an A. You had to get him. He's not a perfect quarterback, or he would have been picked first. So, I think he does work well in that system, though.
Okay.
He's gonna work well in that athletic enough to do all the boots and waggles and keepers that they want, and then he's accurate enough to when there's an open Dalton Schultz coming over the middle, he'll hit him. or and all that other stuff. So it's a good pick. It is a real good pick. Everybody in the crowd was rejoicing. I haven't seen that in Houston for a long time. Yeah. So I can't hate on it. It's a good pick.
Okay. All right. So here we go with my thoughts on it. So we're at the draft. Even, I was surprised that they got him. I thought they were going to trade with that number 2 pick. I thought they were going to trade. I was even willing for them to trade with the Colts.
Right.
But overall, like I told Jerron at the draft party, I think I'm going to need time to process this and think it over. So I did. Overall, I like the pick. I really do. If I had to give it a grade, I'd give it A-. But I say that close to a B+. Just because, the factors is that at one time I don't know if it's true or not, but were they considering Will Levis? I mean, that's scary to me, man.
I think it might have been smoke screens.
Yeah. All right. So if they were just doing that, hey, if it's all mind games, man, they play with my head about it. But who knows? Maybe the Texans see something in him, and like Jerron said, maybe in this system he can bloom. He can shine. And I know he's more of a pocket passer, which I don't have no problem with. But we know if he doesn't need to run, he can run. And and I feel like with this offense, it's very simplified. That I feel like it's very quarterback friendly offense, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like this right here, it's a good pick. It's a pick that it's safe, and I just hope that it pays out, man. In the end, as long as they can protect them and not ask too much of them, and build a team around them, which brings up the 3rd pick overall. So the Cardinals had that pick right there. Texans give them a call. What do you want? And this is what they got. With the 3rd pick overall, the Texans selected Will Anderson, defensive end, Alabama. Okay? Now the Texans, this is my thoughts on this. I'm going to stay in this subject right now while I got the mic. Texans gave up they swapped from 12 to 3 and gave up the 105th pick. Now, what the Texans gave to them was the 12th pick, the 33rd pick this year, which is a second round, the 2nd pick in the 2nd round, and a 1st round next year, and a 3rd round next year as well. Now, one thing I have a problem about this, I wish that they wouldn't give up the 33rd pick this year at least. First years, I'm okay with that. But this year, I feel like we got to build this team, and I feel like they gave up too much. I would have been happy if they didn't give up the 2nd round pick this year or the 1st round next year. It's just the fact they gave both of them away. That's why I'm scratching my head, and I was like, man, that's too much.
Yeah.
But DC, man, what are your thoughts on that pick right there? First of all, this grade right here, I give it a solid A. I like the pick. I just don't like what they gave up for the pick.
Yeah.
I like the player. This is the Nick Bosa of the Texans right here.
Right.
And I feel like with this defense now, that right there, he's a game changer right there. DC, what are your thoughts, man?
When you said Bosa, you hit the nail on the head. That's a generational player.
Yeah.
I don't think Will Anderson's going to be a generational player. Just because the total draft seems to be a weak draft overall. Yeah. But they gave up picks like they're picking a quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was a whole lot, I think, to give up.
Yeah.
But you normally give that up for, like, say, the guys like Bosa. Or maybe it's somebody like with Trevor Lawrence coming out. One of those guys that that you feel like a real good chance of making it. So I don't know whose idea it was, but they got a hell of a player.
Yeah.
They do. They really do. And D'Amico going to put him in the right position to do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, that felt like quarterback movement to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they feel the need.
Yeah.
You feel the need, man.
Yeah.
So that's
absolutely. And this team needs a lot of needs. If the only ones they don't need a need on, I want to say is running back and tackles, and let's say on safety as of right now. But other than that, everything's in need.
Right.
Jerron, what are your thoughts on this pick right here, man? DC.
Good. Yeah.
No. What grade do you give it?
I'd probably give it just because of the stuff they gave up a B plus. Because of what they had to give up to get him. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jerron?
I think you got to change the way you think about it. I think this was a package deal. These two players going to pick no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But at the beginning of the day, Texans said we're going to end up with these two players.
Yeah.
So if you let's just say you reverse it. Let's say they picked Will Anderson too, and then they traded up with all that stuff to get C.J. Stroud.
Okay.
You would feel a lot better about them doing all that stuff to get a quarterback.
All right. Yeah.
But it still evens out. They still did the same amount of picks, same players. It's just they flipped the order. I think no matter what, they're going to give all that to come up and get somebody. So in my mind, I'm just saying, hey, they gave up quarterback value. Really, they wanted Will Anderson to be the second pick to me. And then I just think let's just flop C.J. Stroud to the third pick, and let's say they gave up 12th overall, 33rd, 2024, first round in the 2024 third round to come up and get C.J. Stroud. It makes you feel a little bit better. Yeah. They didn't do all that for a Will Anderson, which is he's good. He's think Khalil Mack more than Von Miller. Mm-hmm. He's a power player. He's gonna rush off the edge, his speed to power. He's gonna come upfield and hit somebody in their chest, and that's how he's gonna win. I think he probably gets 8, 9 sacks, 10 sacks a year, something like that. He's not generational.
Right.
Which you would want, what you would hope for. Like if they did this for Jalen Carter, I'd have been that's a home run out of the park. Mm-hmm. But they did it for Will Anderson, who he benefited with Alabama's talent and their scheme. But I'll give it a B.
Okay.
Just because of the player. But I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, hey, let's flop it. They did all that for C.J. Stroud because I'm convinced number 2 was going to be Will Anderson. They just made the strategic thought that somebody else might have liked C.J. Stroud and they would have jumped to 3.
Offer more.
Yeah, they would have offered the same or more to jump up to 3. So they were like, hey, let's just take the defender first or the defender second, take the quarterback first. Because we know that nobody's going to do the same trade to get Will Anderson.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm kind of thinking of it. And if you think of it that way, it's an A.
No, hey, man, you're right, man. Like right there, you changed my mind. Yeah, so if they would have picked Anderson first, and then they would have picked Stroud second, and then the team would have offered more to the Cardinals and you jump up. Yeah, and then they'd be in a bidding war. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I see that.
Out. So that's why it was a strategy to get the 2 players that they wanted no matter what for the day.
Good point right there, Jay. That's a great point. But, all right, so, Texas is my team. Now I got to ask y'all, with these 2 picks right here they picked, are the Texans in playoff contention now? DC?
I don't know if they're going to be in playoff contention, but they look 7 to 8 games. Okay. I can check them up for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
I'm Vegas. You come to me and say, hey, Texans going more than 7 games?
I'm probably taking over on that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jerome? On Vegas. Over 7 games or under?
I got to see the schedule. Mm-hmm. They're not a playoff team.
Okay.
The Jaguars... I can't hate the Jaguars are gonna still be good as hell. They might even be better next year with some more cohesiveness. I say, I say 6 games, 7 games is about right.
Okay.
I would actually like to see what their odds are now.
Okay.
I'm while we go on, I'm gonna try to see if I can find that. But 7 games is about right.
I'm pretty sure the odds are gonna come out after the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure once we got the whole draft under wraps. All right. So moving on to the 4th pick, the Colts select quarterback Anthony Richardson from Florida. DC, what are your thoughts on that right there, man?
Now that one caught me off guard. I'm thinking everybody was like, "Here come Will Levis, he's finna go."
Yeah.
And they went out and they took Richardson, man. You talking about a big swing.
Yeah.
You took a really big risk. I understand the guy, he came from the Eagles. But let me tell you something. Everybody ain't Hurts. Jalen Hurts, he's just different.
Yeah.
He's different, And they're going to have to really, really make sure they base this offense around what Richardson's, what he's best at. Because like they say, you still got to work on his accuracy. And that's a huge accuracy and decision making. But as far as he looks the part, but I just hope that they build that offense around him, man, for him to be successful. Because I always thought he was the guy who needed to sit a year. But, they finna find out real quick. Who they got? Who's the backup for him?
Gardner.
Here we go.
Gardner Minshew.
First time he get out there. And he throws a couple of picks and all here they come.
Yep.
Man, we need Minshew. Minshew mania. So that's going to be another problem they're going to have right off the back. So they need to simplify that offense as much as possible to make him successful, man, because I can see it coming already. He might not even really get a legitimate shot if they just throw him out there and he ain't ready.
Yeah. Jerron, what are your thoughts on this pick, man?
Man, there's no way I could have predicted that one. And the crazy part is, if you think about it, it makes sense. Like you said, the Jalen Hurts connection, just the way they progressed with Hurts from when he was a rookie, and he was kind of in the same boat. The difference between Hurts and Richardson are mentally. Hurts is one of the strongest players and mentally strong players in the NFL. He was going to work his butt off to get better. I don't know that about Richardson. It might be the same thing. But I'm okay with them taking that risk because the framework is there. He's good in the pocket. He's a great runner. They can run the majority of the Hurts offense. All the RPOs, all the quarterback run game stuff with him. In the red zone, he's gonna be a monster. But the deep accuracy is a problem. His footwork in the pocket, other than he's got elite pocket movement, but to set up and throw, it looks crazy. It looks like a high school player whenever he sets up to throw. If they can get that worked on, if he's got the mental makeup to say, hey, I'm gonna break it all down and I'm gonna be like Jalen Hurts and I'm gonna work on my mechanics, this could be a home run pick. This could be
it's a boom or bust.
Yeah, this could be a franchise changing pick because he could end up being a Cam Newton level player. He's just got to work on a lot. And as a day one starter, I don't think that's. They're gonna have to. I think they should start Gardner. Patrick Mahomes didn't start day one,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, why would we expect him to come in, and save the franchise day one? But as a pick, the surprise factor, I give it an A+ in surprise. As a pick, I give it a B.
Okay. All right. So, first of all, I like the pick. I'm gonna give it a B-. Just the fact that he's not a day one quarterback right now coming in. I agree with you, Jerron. They should start Gardner at least half of the season and see what happens with Gardner. But we know this division alone already is going to be tough. Like we mentioned, the Jaguars and right now, Titans. I put them number 2 right now. But yeah, so I put them up there for right now. And then it's gonna be a dogfight between the Colts and the Texans. So I say, why not just let him sit behind a year? He's not coming off from a good program that didn't have a good offense. It was, it's like he only started for one season, and he's a junior coming out, right?
Yeah.
So like let him sit, take your time on him. Don't ruin that his momentum coming up this season, because I feel like once you put too much pressure on him, and it's gonna set him back. Mind you, it's the Colts. I want them to fail, but I don't want the player. Of course, they're my a divisional rival, DC. I'm pretty sure you don't want the Colts to do anything as well. But I feel like let them sit a year, take your time, don't rush them. Let what's his name Gardner Minshew just start.
One thing I can say is his weapons will be a huge upgrade. Florida didn't have any weapons. They didn't have an offensive line around them. So, man,
even though the Colts offensive line last year wasn't
but
that
it's
great,
still an upgrade from his situation in Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. DC, you got any more on this?
Yeah, but like you saying, you can't let him sit. You was one of the worst teams in the NFL. You go out and draft a guy number 4 overall at quarterback. You cannot let him sit on the bench.
No,
it's not going to happen. Why would you do that? Now you're not in the position to let him sit and watch a whole year. You already one of the worst teams. It ain't like in Seattle where he could have sat a whole year.
Yeah,
you mentioned Mahomes. Mahomes, when he got drafted, that team was in the playoffs the year before.
Yeah,
with Alex Smith.
That's
and so they had the ability to let him sit because the team was already good enough to let him sit back and watch a little bit. But this team, you're already the worst team just about in NFL the year before. So when you draft him, that means he's the day one starter.
Yeah,
You got to. And I just hope when he gets in there, he just got to trust his coaching and understand that the pocket, it's going to collapse fast, but sometimes you just got to stand in there and wait and throw your receivers open and don't just bail every time, because eventually when you create that habit, then you have other issues down the line, man. So, but they got to start him day one. They can't sit him. That's what you drafted him for.
Okay. Jerron, you got any more on this before we move on?
Last thing, look, let's not kid ourselves. This is going to be a running team next year. So that might help. Give them some play action, give them open windows, but they're going to pound the rock with Jonathan Taylor and Anthony Richardson. It's going to be like the Eagles 2 years ago before they got A.J. Brown. So,
okay. All right, so let's move on to the 5th pick. The Seattle's pick right here, they pick up Devon Witherspoon, cornerback from Illinois. DC, what do you give this one right here, man?
Hey, you want to give it an A+?
A+.
They had a luxury pick and they did it. I figured it was going to be Jalen Carter. Either way, that's A+. What Seattle's got going on now, they got Woolen on one side and they got this guy on the other side. And brought back Bobby Wagner and the safety. Is Adams still there? Jamal Adams still there? Oh yeah. See that they bringing back the Legion of Boom, man, right before our eyes, man. That GM over there, he's really got it going on the last couple of years, man. Him and the Eagles GM, man, they've been doing some big things. And, they gonna push the Niners a little bit this year. They're gonna push them a little bit. I'm looking forward to some of them matchups, especially with this defense. But I'm looking forward to the A+ for the Seahawks, man. They knocked it out the park, man.
Absolutely, that's a great one right there. And Jerron?
I'll be honest. From now on, for all these picks up until pick 9, I'm gonna deduct them. It's an A+ pick, but it's A- in my book because that could have been Jalen Carter. All these next picks should have been Jalen Carter, but as a fit within Seahawks defense, you got Woolen, you got Witherspoon, shutdown corner. I think he was almost an All-Pro. Tyreek Woolen.
And he was a 5th round pick out of UTSA.
Yeah. So they got 2 shutdown corners. They got a physical D line. They just got Bobby Wagner back. Jamal Adams is coming back. To me, he's like another linebacker. So linebackers are set. Corners are set. Man, they're a clear number 2 in that division. But in the NFC, they're the 4th best team in my book. 4th best team in the NFC. So that's a playoff team right there in my book. They're doing good stuff. Like you said, that extra pick.
Yep.
Hey.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you, Russ.
Yep. And this right here, this pick was brought to you by the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I give this one a solid A, man. The great pickup right here. DC said it. Hey, Lee Jordan Boone coming back right before our eyes, man. Absolutely. All right, let's move on. Let's go to the Cardinals, man. They got the 6th pick. With that 6th pick, they picked up Paris Johnson Jr., tackle, Ohio State. DC, what are your thoughts on this one right here, man?
Yeah, they needed something. They needed the tackle, and they finagled their way in, and they got him more too. They switched with Detroit. I like the pick. He's probably rated the best tackle in the draft, I'm sure. So you can't be with an injury-prone quarterback like you have.
Yep.
You know, it's only right that you go out and try to protect him.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I'm good with that. That's a good pick.
So what do you grade this pick right here, DC?
I'm gonna probably let me see. Because they went back to 12 and came back to 6. I'll probably give it a B plus, man.
B plus?
A B plus.
Okay. That's fair right there.
Yeah, I'll give it a B plus.
Yeah. I'll give it a B plus as well. Because you moved up to get them. So yeah, I wonder what they gave up for to move up to get them.
They gave up pick 12 and pick 34.
Pick 12 and 12,
yes.
34.
Yep.
Okay.
So
go ahead, man.
I gotta give them some kudos. They did a masterful job of adding picks.
Oh yeah.
Because they went from 3 to 12. They picked up a first rounder next year, and they got the 33rd overall pick this year. So they're like, hey, let's move up. We already came out on top. Like we got so many picks. We got luxury picks now because they had 33 and 34 back to back. Now they say, hey, let's just move up. Let's get our guy, Paris Johnson, best tackle in the draft. I would give this I'm gonna give it a B because again that should have been Jalen Carter. I'm deducting everybody.
A half a point or a full point?
It depends on who it is.
Okay.
If there would have been, I'm gonna give them a half a point deduction. It's a B.
Okay.
But an A plus for what they did to get to where they were.
Yeah, the GM gets an A plus.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. 7th pick. Here we go. The Raiders on the clock. They picked up Tyreek Wilson, Texas Tech, defensive end. DC, what are your thoughts on this one, man?
Actually, it's head scratching to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you already got 2 ends, why would you go out and do that? So for me, I would give this maybe a C. With Tyreek Wilson, he's a hell of an athlete, but I was reading some stuff and realized he's got some foot injuries.
Yes.
Yeah. So you don't want a big man with foot injuries. That just leads to the disaster, man. So, like I say, probably about a C for Tyreek. It looked like that wasn't a need to me for them.
Yeah.
So I'll give them a C, man. There was a lot of other players behind them that they could have picked up other than Tyreek Wilson.
Like I think the Raiders should have got someone from the secondary.
Yeah.
But like you said, man, they got 2 edgers already. I don't know why would they go with that. Jerron, what do you think, man?
This tells me Chandler Jones is probably gone because they had Chandler Jones, Max Crosby. Max ain't going nowhere because he's a beast. Chandler had a down year. Chandler's probably getting moved, maybe back to the Patriots here. I don't know. I'll give it a B minus. I like the player. Like you said, the foot issues are kind of troubling. Because even when he walked out to get his cap and to talk to Roger Goodell, he didn't look all the way right. He looked like he had a little lip still. And I don't know if anybody else like DC caught it, but I didn't see anybody. I was searching. I was like, does anybody see how he's stepping off his foot? Yeah. So I like the player. I'm kind of guessing that Chandler Jones is gone. So I'm gonna give it a better grade because of that. Because he's gonna end up starting in my book. So B minus. I'm gonna give him B minus on that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Let's go to the 8th pick. Atlanta. They picked up running back B. John Robinson from Texas. DC, what grade do you give him on this one?
The rumbling was they was gonna do that, but They got a good player, but man, I don't know if that what Atlanta really needed.
Yeah.
Like you say, they could have got Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
There was several people they could have went out and got, but I'm gonna have to give them a B, maybe a B, because we already see they got skill players. They don't use them now. You got Pitts and you got London, and you don't really use them guys. So they got Arthur Smith. Well, it looks like they just continue to run it because they got a question mark at quarterback with Desmond Ritter. So, but I give it not a high grade for that. Man, they could have did something different.
Okay.
Trade back. You know,
Yeah.
They got to trade back.
Absolutely. Jerron, so what do you give Atlanta with this pick right here, man?
I'm gonna give him a C plus. It's not the player, because the player is Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
People are saying he's the best running back prospect we've had since Adrian Peterson. They say people are saying he's better than Saquon. I don't see it that way. Not quite yet. He's good. He's so it's not his fault.
Right.
Yeah.
Atlanta had the third best rushing per game
Exactly.
last year.
Yeah.
So that shows you they don't need no damn running back. You don't. Okay, so you go from 3 to 1. Okay, what's that net you? One more game that you're gonna win. You got your defense isn't anything special. It should have been Jalen Carter also.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How are you gonna? Is this gonna help you get Pitts involved?
Yeah.
Is it like so? You took a first round running back, so you're obligated to give him touches. So that you're taking the ball out of Pitt's hands, you're taking out the ball out of London's hands, and you're gonna force feed Bijan, and it's not Bijan's fault. Bijan should not have been picked here.
No.
Yeah, I give him a C plus, only because Bijan's great. This should have been Jalen Carter, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. Atlanta, they just doing Atlanta type things to me.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this a C minus, man. It wasn't a need for them. I feel like they had a running back already that was pretty decent. Well, he wasn't bad. I mean, I feel like maybe you could have gone and like another solid running back in the third round, but
is Cordero still there?
I think so.
Him and Tyler Algier.
Yeah.
You know, so like they have a decent running duo as is right now, man. Like this right here, man, it was a luxury pick that they don't need. You know, it's like that's why I give it a C minus. I'm not giving the player a C minus. I'm giving the pick.
Yeah.
He's just going to the wrong team, I feel like. And like DC said it, man, like they're not giving London, they're not giving Pitts the ball. And it's like, I feel like he's going to be being used and you really don't need him. Not right now, man. The Falcons have so many holes and offense wasn't one of them. It's defense.
Yeah.
And the fact that they passed on Jalen Carter is a head scratcher. But that being said, with the 9th pick overall, the Eagles pick Jalen Carter, defensive end, Georgia. DC, what are your thoughts on this right here, man?
Yeah, another A. 8 A+, man. They let him get to 9 to the Eagles. A lot of them pass based on character issues. But now that he's surrounded by some fellow Georgia teammates, and he's going to be right beside his mentor, who was his mentor at Georgia, man, it's going to be hell. It's going to be that defensive front, man. It's between them and the Niners, man. That defensive front, it's gonna be hell on teams, man.
Yeah.
Especially if he continues to play the way at the level he did when he was in college.
Yeah.
And along with Reddick there, and Dean's coming back this year, all his homeboys from Georgia. So I guess they figured maybe they can kind of keep him in check.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, make him it's a comfort zone for him. But like I say, A+, man. I can't believe they let him get to that spot, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Eagles did it again.
Yep. Jerron?
Yeah, it's an A+++++. And I can't lie. I was having a good time at the draft party. I was feeling it. City of Houston was buzzing. I was on a high, and then that little ticker said the Eagles are trading up to the 9th pick with Chicago, and I knew immediately what was happening, and it ruined the rest of my night. I cannot lie. For a good 2 hours, I was just like, man, you got to deal with this dude twice a year. Jordan Davis is right next to him. Hassan Reddick already had 20 sacks, and this dude's going to probably get 12 sacks from the interior. Then they got Brandon Graham, Nakobe Dean. They just got another guy later that we got to talk about. They're Georgia North.
Yes.
And the fact, like, so the Falcons could have kept him in Georgia, but it's a home run pick. The rich get richer, and it almost cements them being in a championship game again. If everybody stays healthy, there's no way you can go wrong because this dude's gonna shred offensive lines all next year as a rookie. Man, it's like he's Fletcher Cox all over again, and the city of Philadelphia doesn't deserve this. They're trash can people, and I hate the organization. They are a bane in my society. Like my life would be way better if the Eagles did not exist, continually doing this to me. But congratulations to them. They are incredibly ran organization, and I gotta cuss out the Saints because they did this. The Saints gave them this 10th pick. Their pick is 30.
They sure did.
So. Man, I'm just bummed talking about it.
You know, it's been, like they said, it's been 18 years
since
the team
back to back,
NFC East back to back.
Not no more.
It might be the year right
now.
here.
Not no more. This is ridiculous.
Man,
it's ridiculous.
So all right, so you get an A plus plus.
Oh yeah. Best pick in the draft.
I give this one a solid A. It just hopefully he could change his character, the whole demeanor, man. Stay out of trouble. Stay focused. Just worry about football.
He's got all his people there.
Yeah,
he's got the whole. I'm surprised they don't hire the Georgia coaching staff.
Hey, the draft ain't over yet.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
he's got everybody who he's comfortable with. Went with him to Philly, so.
Yeah.
Like you say, Jordan Davis was his mentor at Georgia.
Yeah.
And now he's right next to him again.
Yeah,
absolutely. I just like if everything didn't happen before the draft and everything would have come out with everything, the situation he was involved in, he would have been maybe the Texans' third pick.
Oh, ain't no doubt. If he wouldn't have that car wreck issue, he'd been top 3.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. You know, I feel like, he lost, he's still in the top 10, man, but there's no better spot than being in top tier, top 3 player coming out, not being a quarterback.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And just the fact that, he's number 1 in his position says a lot. He should have been the 2nd pick overall.
Yeah.
He was the best player in the draft.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how, like I always say, how I feel about it. I think the most important unit in football is the defensive line.
Yeah.
As I feel it's more important than the offensive line, the linebacker core, and secondary. Give me the best 4th down in the NFL, and I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You don't spend as much money. You can spend $50 million a year on a quarterback. $50 million a year get you 3 hell of a defensive linemen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah. But for the Eagles, great pickup here. They're getting a solid player right here. I just interested seeing now how that defense is going to look. And
scary.
And right here, Jerron said it last year. He's calling it. He said, "I wonder on fantasy football who's going to take the Eagles first on the defense."
Yeah, they're going to get picked high.
Yeah,
they're going to get picked where some receivers should go.
So you're saying by in 7th round in fantasy?
The eighth round, I'm calling it. Somebody's gonna get them in the 8th round on fantasy football.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be DC too.
No, it ain't.
All right. Let's go to the number 10th pick. The Chicago's pick up Darren White, tackle from Tennessee. DC, what do you grade this one right here, man?
I give them an A. They got a trade with Philly, and they got a need. They needed the offensive lineman. I think they really wanted Paris Johnson, but they didn't probably want to spend the picks to get up there. But yeah, they got right tackle, probably one of the second best tackle in the draft. So they did okay. They're gonna be okay, Chicago is.
He's ranked 4th best tackle in this draft. Yeah. Jay, so what do you grade this pick right here, man?
He's my 3rd best tackle. Okay. I like Skoronski a little bit better, but he's got better measurables than Skoronski does. If you watch the Alabama film against Will Anderson, he handled Will Anderson pretty well. Yeah. He's still right tackle. I'll give it an A.
Okay.
If it's a necessity, he's a really good pass blocker. Hopefully he gives Justin Fields additional time.
Yeah.
So I would give it an A. It's a good pickup.
Okay. I'll give this one like a B plus, like a high B plus for sure. I feel like the best tackle was the one that is coming up next, but yeah, I feel it should help the Chicago's line, which they need badly, man. Hopefully, Fields ain't running for his life for every snap. All right, go ahead.
I got it. All right, so it's an A minus because that should have been Jalen Carter because they flopped. So I got to deduct them too. Now I'm done with the deductions. Now I can give my my honest grade.
Okay.
So A minus for them.
A minus. All right. So that being said, DC with the number pick overall, the Titans select Peter. I can't Skoronski. He's a tackle from Northern Western DC. I'm gonna let you have this one, man. What grade do you give this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an A. Once again, it's a definite need for us, offensive lineman. He's just gonna be a little small, probably as far as playing tackle in the league, a little smaller than what I would like. Like Paris Johnson, done all right. But like they graded out top in a lot of things, a lot of stuff that the other guys didn't. But I'll give it it's a solid pick, man. Yeah. But we had to do something. Like you said, we got too many holes also to fill. And what I'm really glad about is we didn't trade. Yeah. We didn't trade out, or we didn't trade up to give up more picks. We were able to stay in that spot and still get a legit player. Yeah. I was worried they were going to try to make some type of crazy move and jump up and give up picks. But we only got 6 for the whole draft. And the fact that they were able to sit at 11 and still get a guy that they covered it. So it works out in a need. Yeah, absolutely. No doubt.
All right, Jerron?
This is one of the picks everybody had. If he was available, he was going to Tennessee. Yeah. The question is, do they play him at guard? I would start him out at right tackle. So he's 6'4", 313 pounds. All that's good. Wingspan is 79.5 inches, which is 9th percentile at tackles, that's a concern. His arm length, 32 1/4 inches, 4th percentile amongst all tackles. That's a concern. So that's telling me that he's going to be bumped inside at guard. And he's going to be a dominant guard, in my opinion. He's not Zach Martin. He's not from the Colts.
Oh, yeah.
But he's a notch under that. He'll be a notch under that. And I think he's going to be a really good guard. Give him a shot at tackle, but most likely he's a guard. His vertical jump, 97th percentile. Broad jump, 96th percentile. So he's a real good athlete. It's just that the arms, he's got the baby arms, so that's it.
That can be an issue with the defensive ends with the long arms, like a guy like Tyrese Wilson.
They'll
take you to the cleaners with them arms. You can't get up on him.
Absolutely.
So good pick. That's an A.
That's an
A pick right there.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this one an A minus. That factor is right there. Like he said, you just said right now, Jerron, that he's one of the smaller tackles. Yeah. So he might transition to the guard position. We're gonna see what side though they could put him in. But overall, man, like I'm pretty sure he's gonna do well. but that offensive line, I want to say, needs a little bit more help. DC, what do you think about if the offensive line right now?
Yeah, we're still gonna need a center.
Yeah,
we're gonna need a lot of help on the offensive line. Probably another tackle or guard, either way, because Dillard ain't gonna be the he ain't gonna be the answer.
Yeah. All right. All right. So let's move on to the 12th pick right here. The Lions select Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Running back, Alabama. DC, what grade do you give this pick right here, man?
I'll give it a C. If
C?
the player went so good, I'd give it an F. Detroit Lions went out there and picked this guy at 12.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You could have stayed. You could have traded back and still got him in the 20s more than likely. Hell of a player. You just went out and got David Montgomery. You still got Swift, so that tells me I guess Swift is on his way out. Something's got to give. You know, I don't know who made the picks this year, but go back to the person that made them last year. Because whoever did that this year, they might have missed all out of some other picks, man.
Yeah.
I give it a C, man. They should have never took him at 12.
Yeah,
they really shouldn't have, man.
So you get the pick a C, but not the player.
No, not the player. Once again, it ain't the player's fault.
Yeah.
You know, it's the Lions' fault. They started to do Lion stuff. You were doing so good, Detroit. You were doing so good, and now look at you. Just look at you.
Oh man, Jerron.
Yeah, he's 100% right. Just C minus.
Yeah.
That was maybe the biggest surprise when I saw the hat go on Jahmyr Gibbs' head. I was confused. I was like, is DeAndre Swift in jail or something, or like what happened? So 2020, they spent the 35th overall pick on DeAndre Swift. They let him get outshined by Jamal Williams last year. So maybe that's a DeAndre Swift thing. Maybe they don't like Swift. Then they go sign David Montgomery to a 3-year, $18 million deal. Cool. All right. So I think we're all good at running back.
Yep.
Then they spend the 12th overall pick. They didn't get a receiver. They didn't get a tackle. They didn't get an end. They spent on a running back. And let's say Jahmyr Gibbs is their Kamara. I mean, they're Kamara or they're Christian McCaffrey. Fine. But 12th overall, Kamara didn't go that high. McCaffrey around that range, but you already had a full stable of running backs. So if I'm a team like the Cowboys, I'm calling about Swift. What's up with Swift? What can I give you to get DeAndre Swift on my team? Because obviously you don't respect this dude. The only good thing is they traded back to get it, but it's a C minus grade. It's just like there's so many other things you could have done with that pick to fortify your defense. I would have went Christian Gonzalez.
You could have took Luke Van Ness. You know, I'd have been better okay with that than what you did.
So what the rumor is, it's a panic pick. They wanted Witherspoon. Once Seattle, this is how I feel. Seattle thought they would get Anthony Richardson. They went to the Colts. So they went to the next player, which is Devin Witherspoon, which the Lions wanted. So the Lions move out, but they kind of panic picked Gibbs. That was the wrong tact. They could have got another corner later. C minus.
C minus, absolutely. I give it a C minus as well. They could have gone defense, particularly like in the cornerback side or safety. But I feel like this was a big reach. You could have got them in the second round, possibly. Or
with your next pick.
Absolutely. That was a reach. They should have built up the defense, man. I say more on the secondary side, but that was more a reach right there. Moving on to the 13th pick, we got Packers. They picked up Luke Van Ness, edge rusher from Iowa. DC, what are your thoughts on this pick right here, man?
B plus.
B plus?
He's gonna give them what they need. You know, serviceable defensive end. Actually, I think he's still pretty raw. He was all those years at Iowa, but he still, he didn't get to play as much as people think because of the way Kurt Ferentz runs Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
So he always put the upperclassmen ahead, regardless of how good you are. If you senior, you're gonna play before the junior, get more playing time anyway. So it'll be okay. Yeah.
All right. Jerron?
Yeah, this is one of those other mock draft picks where pretty much it was either him or the tight end.
Yeah.
Remember, this came with the pick swap with the Jets. I like the player. I'll give it a B plus. Also, he's gonna come in. He's gonna help him. I think he's just scratching his potential.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this one also a B. I feel like they could have gone maybe wide receiver on this one. Something with that offense, especially.
They don't never go wide receiver in the first, but yeah.
It just now that you gonna need some weapons on the offensive side to help. With your new quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I said, a B plus. It's okay. Ain't nothing too popping about this one.
Yeah, but I think they took 2 or 3 receivers last year with Watson and Romeo Dobbs, and maybe somebody else. So I think that's why they didn't go receiver with that pick right there at 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with the 14th pick, the Steelers pick Broderick Jones, tackle, Georgia. DC.
We'll give it an A. The Steelers.
Yeah.
They traded with the Patriots.
Yeah.
And the Steelers do it again, man. Got a really good tackle.
Yeah.
For the young quarterback.
Yeah.
So I give it an A, man. Good job for the Steelers, man.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jerron?
I'm with him. A plus on this one. Highest upside tackle in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
He's not refined yet, but he could be better than Paris Johnson. He could be better than Skoronski.
Mm-hmm.
He's athletically a beast, and that fits need for the Steelers. And they went up to get him. They gave up the 120th pick and the 17th pick to get him. So obviously they like him. So they got their guy. The way they got him seems sound to me. So that's an A plus, perfect pick for him.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the 15th pick right here from the Jets. They pick up Will McDonald, edge rusher, Iowa State. DC?
I'm gonna give it a B minus, man.
B minus.
They should have did what the Steelers did. They should have took Jones. They should have traded up to try to get to him before the Steelers did, because they definitely gonna need that tackle in New York. So I'll give it a B minus. They should have been the ones that trying to get up there to get Jones.
Yeah.
And if they would have did that Aaron Rodgers deal, that's when they lost that spot. But I understand that part of it too. But they should have still tried to get back up there to get
cost of business right there.
Ain't no doubt.
Jerron?
Give him a B.
B. Okay.
A lot of people say that's a reach. I thought he would be around for the Cowboys. About 10 picks later. I like him a lot. He's not going to give you anything in the run game.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good pass rusher. Good spin move. I liked him later in the first round. So I knew he was going to be a first rounder. I didn't think he'll go this high. That was a surprise, but I give him a B. I got to trust that the Jets know what they're going to do with him.
Okay. All right. That's cool. All right. Let's go to the 16th pick right here. We have the Commanders with the 16th pick. They pick Emmanuel Forbes. Emmanuel Forbes, cornerback, Mississippi State. DC?
Let's see. There's other guy they could have got.
Like a quarterback.
He's so small. That dude's he only weighed like 165, 166. And we're talking about Bryce Young. That's 30 pounds smaller than what Bryce Young is.
Yeah.
My goodness, when you put he ain't gonna, when he gets down to the red zone, you already know where they going.
Yeah.
He won't be able to keep them guys like Devontae Adams and D Hops out of the end zone. That's gonna be a problem for him right off the bat. And CD Lamb gonna eat him up too.
Yeah.
You're in that division and you pick that cornerback. Commander's still doing Commander stuff.
And there was another cornerback still available with Christian Gonzalez.
I'd rather for him to got Dalton Kincaid. I'd have felt better about it then. Than to go in and get that cornerback.
You said that you give this one a C?
A C, yeah. Oh. That's Washington.
All right, Jerron.
I'll give it a B. I like the player. I can't predict what he's gonna do in the NFL.
Yeah.
But like you said, he's gonna get pushed around. 166 is. I think people can curl that with one arm in the NFL. So
yeah,
if, like you said, if I'm in a red zone, outside zone towards this dude, I'm gonna get a hat on him. I'll let my tight end throw this dude out the end zone. So I don't know what's going on with Christian Gonzalez. After the draft, we'll figure out why he slipped a little bit. He should have been a top 12 pick at least. And Emmanuel Forbes, I like him. He's got good ball production, but that's fine. I'll give him a B. I do like the player though.
Yeah. All right. I'll give this one C plus. I feel like there was a better cornerback. I like Christian Gonzalez over him.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping the Texans would have got Christian Gonzalez. If we didn't need so many needs, if they would stick with the 12th spot, I would have liked him for the 12th pick right there. But that being said, with the 17th pick, the Patriots select Christian Gonzalez, cornerback, Oregon. DC, what would you grade this one right here, man?
I'll give it a B. Like Jerron saying, we're trying to figure out why he slipped like this.
Yeah.
I thought he would have been gone a lot earlier. Like it's about 10 or 12.
Yeah.
But I guess, I'll give it a B.
B
for the Patriots. Yeah.
Okay. Jerron?
Yeah, B.
B.
We got to figure out why he went third as the third cornerback.
Yeah.
17. But I like him. I like the player. I'll give it a B. I'll give him a B plus.
Okay.
I think Belichick's gonna do some good things with him.
I give this pick an A minus, man. I like the player. Just the fact that he's going to a defensive guru right here. I think Belichick's going to do his thing with him, and it's a solid pick right there. I like that pick a lot from the Patriots. Let's go to the 18th pick with the Lions. They pick up Jake Campbell, linebacker, Iowa. DC, what'd you grade this one right here, man?
Oh, man. The Lions, I like the size on the guy and everything.
Yeah.
Once again, there's a lot of other players that they could have took besides this guy. So I'm going to give them a C. And they need to, today, whoever picked last year, call him back. Because there's plenty of guys that was behind him that they could have got. And I'm like, it ain't the player fault again.
Yeah.
But I'll give him a C, man.
A C?
Yeah.
All right. What's it called? So you feel like he's more a second day guy?
Not necessarily a second day guy, but maybe in the
better
20s.
Team?
A little further back. I think you probably could have traded back and still got him.
All right. It was a reach now.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Jerron?
Yeah, that one is a reach. Problem with Detroit, they took two low value positions in the first round.
Yep.
When they had 2 first round picks. They didn't help out their D line.
Nope.
They didn't help out their wide receiving core or O line. They just picked 2 low value picks. It just came out that they picked Gibbs because at 15 the Jets were interested in Gibbs. Okay, I understand, but I would have still picked somebody else.
Yeah.
Campbell's a good player, very athletic linebacker. It's just too early.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say you wasted 2 first round picks, but you could have got more out of this opportunity.
A whole lot more, yeah. Sure.
All right. With the 19th pick, the Buccaneers select Kalijah Kancey.
Kalijah
Kancey. Defensive end, Pittsburgh. DC, what would you grade this one here, man?
I give him a B plus. Very athletic guy.
Yeah.
Nice pickup for them. I thought they were going to take Levis at that point, but they didn't. They take a quarterback. So I don't know what's their plans for. Maybe on their way to fire sale.
Yeah.
So I give him a B plus. The guy's pretty good.
Okay.
He's pretty good, man.
Jerron?
I'll give this one an A. He fits well next to Vita Vea. He's going to be slashing through. He's the lightning. But the more important thing is, like Kraft said, Will Levis.
Yeah.
This was that was the best he's gonna do right there.
Yep.
So he's gonna go early in day 2, but once he wasn't picked there, I knew something was up.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did in these interviews or what he did pre-draft. I know his tape this year wasn't great, but his tape last year was pretty good. I thought that he would be the pick here, but Kalijah Cansey, he's not Aaron Donald, but he'll make some waves on that defensive line.
Yeah. I get this pick right here, man. A solid A-, man. It's a very good pickup right there. I'm surprised that didn't go like y'all said, Will Levis. So I guess they're gonna stick with old boy. What was his name?
Baker?
Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
Or they might surprise us and get Hooker in the second round.
That's a possibility.
That's a possibility too.
They could be looking next year. They probably most likely looking at Drake May and Caleb Williams.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the 20th pick. Seahawks pick up a steal right here, man. And like my boy DC be saying, the rich kid getting richer, man. Jackson Smith. I can't pronounce his that.
Njigba.
DC, what grade do you give this one right here, man?
A+, man.
Yeah.
A+, man. Seattle, keep it moving, man. You're going to put him out there with Geno. Man, they're going to have 3 weapons, man. And just throw it where you want to go with it. Just another huge step, man, for the Seahawks, man, in the right direction. Like I say, they getting on the heels of the 49ers, man. They doing this thing the right way. And, with that guy, man, I can't believe he lasted that long. I thought he was really, really good.
Yeah.
And he didn't come out to 20th. And he fell in the Seahawks' lap.
Yep.
Good for them.
Yep. Jerron?
A+. The Seahawks are doing with their 2 picks what the Lions should have been doing with their 2 picks. He fits in perfectly.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to attack every level of the field with every receiver. So you got your deep threats, DK, Tyler, deep threats. You can put DK in the middle of the field. You can put Jackson Smith in the middle of the field. You got tight end. Then you got this beast in the backfield, Marshawn Lynch 2.0. Like, man, they are setting up. I might have to take that back. They're going to give the 49ers a run for their money. It's a perfect fit. This is pretty much where he should be after missing last year. 20th pick sounds right.
Yeah.
And coming off the hamstring injury, I like it. That's the perfect team for him in the first round, to be honest.
I was kind of hoping that the Texans would have stayed with the 12th pick and would have got him and his quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were going to do.
Yeah, I thought it was going to do that also. But this right here, man, that's a luxury pick. And the Seahawks just dominate right here, bro. Yeah. Seahawks could be the true dog in that division right there, man. Yeah. Absolutely, man. So that being said, let's go to the 21st pick right here. The Chargers select wide receiver Quinn Johnson from TCU. I'm sorry, TCU. What are your thoughts on this, DC?
We get C-. I think that there was better choices when they made that pick. I don't know if they were just going for the size. What, you already got big Mike Williams. I guess they maybe just want another bigger receiver. But the next 2 guys behind him, I would have put them ahead of him as far as drafting. So I'll give him C-, man. Okay. Chargers going Chargers.
Okay. You just don't like that Chargers, man. DC don't like them Chargers. Jerron?
I'll give him a B+ just because I think Herbert can get on the ball. He's a big guy who plays like a little guy. So I hope they don't think they're getting Mike Williams again because he don't play like that. He's not as good as a route runner as Keenan. So put him on the opposite side. Let him run deep until he can learn other routes.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. B+ B is right around. I'll give him a B.
Yeah, me too, man. I give him a B also. I feel like maybe they should have gone either defense. Just right now, they could have got a wide receiver maybe in the later rounds, or possibly a good wide receiver next year's draft, man. But I feel like this year it was more of a reach.
For a third receiver, I think they could have got somebody else to fill that position, but
yeah.
they could have got Hyatt in the second round to do what he's going to do. All he's going to do is run deep.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's just a reach for that one, but like DC said, man, that's some Chargers, man. All right, with second pick overall, man, the Baltimore Ravens select Jay Flowers, wide receiver, Boston College. DC, what would you grade this one right here,
I give
man?
it a B plus.
B plus.
A lot of people trying to say that they already had this in Hollywood Brown, but I'm gonna disagree with that. I think he's a better route runner than Hollywood Brown was. And give Lamar some help, which he desperately needed. So yeah, I give him a B plus, man.
B+.
I was watching some of his film and his highlights and stuff. Yeah, definitely a better route runner than Hollywood was.
Okay. Jay?
Give him a B plus.
Yeah.
He I know he's a better route runner than Hollywood, but he's still small Hollywood.
Right.
And he doesn't have the deep speed like Hollywood. So I'm worried Lamar can he get him? Can he be pinpoint accurate with him? Can he use him to his best ability?
Yeah.
They're gonna, and they got Rashad Bateman coming back. They got Odell. Put him in the slot. Yeah, I can see it working. B plus. I can see it
You hit
working.
on something when you said he's small. You got to be accurate. When you throw, you can't be off when you start throwing to him. Unless it's just one of those wide open deals where he's got the cornerback beat already.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be accurate with this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give it a B. I don't know. I know Lamar Jackson needs some help, man, but I just feel like, I think they should have moved up and get an old boy from Ohio State. And that right there would have been a true statement right there for the Ravens. I mean, if they would have just moved up 2 more spots, they would have got him. But they're getting the 4th best wide receiver out of this class right here. Maybe Jordan Addison was a better option.
Maybe I was thinking the same thing. I got him as my second best receiver. It's just the fit.
Right.
It's the fit with Lamar. If I'm the Ravens, I'm building like towers. I'm getting more Drake London type cats than the shorter Antonio Brown cats for Lamar.
Because that Lamar Jackson's best weapon is Andrews.
Yes,
he's a big guy. He can reach up there and get the ball.
Yeah,
and we know Lamar's not that much of an accurate quarterback. So DC said it, man. Like, he's short, so you have to be very accurate with that, man. All right, so let's move on to the 23rd pick. The Vikings select wide receiver Jordan Addison from USC. DC, what would you grade this one, man?
I'll give it a B plus. I like the pick more. I'm waiting to see what they're gonna end up doing at quarterback with Cousins. Seems like he's on his way out, but a B plus for Addison. He gonna go well on the opposite side of Jefferson. It's gonna actually work out. He should get plenty of targets. He just got to make the best of them. So they should be a fine. Like a B plus.
Jerron?
I'll give it an A minus. He's a really good compliment to Justin Jefferson. I would have gave it a little bit better, but I think Will Levis could have gone here as a eventual replacement to Kirk Cousins. But he's a really good compliment with Justin Jefferson. So I'll give it a A minus. You can play him on the opposite side. You can play him on the same side in the slot. He was my 3rd best receiver. So Yeah, it's not bad pick.
No, yeah. I'll give it an A- as well. It's a great compliment to Justin Jefferson right there. It's gonna work out good over there. Um, I agree with you on that one, Jerron. Like I wasn't thinking about that one. Will Levis would have been a good fit over here, man. But I guess they go stick it out with Kirk Cousins one more year.
Mm-hmm.
All right. With the 24th pick, the Giants select cornerback Devontae Banks from Maryland. DC, what would you grade this one right here, man?
I give it an A, man.
Yeah.
I like it a whole lot. They got a need that they filled. Definitely an A with Banks. I like Banks. He's one of my favorite corners in this draft. So I'm giving New York did something right.
Okay.
I'll give him an A for that, man.
Okay. Jerron?
Yeah, he's right. So, short and simple. A. They did good. There's not much you can say. He fits the need. Good player. Perfect place to pick.
Yeah.
They actually went up to get him.
Mm-hmm.
They swapped with Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Gave them. So obviously they like him.
Yeah.
They gave up 2 additional picks
Mm-hmm.
to go get him. They gave up the 160th pick and the 240th pick.
Yeah.
And I agree with him. That's a good pick.
Yeah. Ain't bad at all. All right, so with the 25th pick, the Bills select Dalton. Man, I can't pronounce that.
Kincaid.
Kincaid, tight end from Utah. DC?
I give it an A, man. I thought he was the best tight end in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But I really thought he was going to slip to the next team. That's what I was really thinking. But Buffalo say, we're gonna slide in here because he won't make it to us.
Yeah, so
they knew it. They knew what they were doing when they slid in that spot and they took him.
So Buffalo moved up to get him.
Yeah.
Jerron?
That's an A pick.
Yeah.
He's Travis Kelce light.
Mm-hmm.
Got to worry about his back. He hurt his back last year, so that's not good for tight ends because they got to block.
And they're gonna get hit.
So they jumped the Cowboys. The word on the street in Dallas is they were never taking Dalton Kincaid. But just to ensure that they got him, it's smart to move up. I give it an A. He's a good player. Another weapon to make life easier for Josh Allen. Good. That's a good pick. I really like that pick.
No. I'm gonna give this one a solid A right here, man. Was going to a good team. They moved up. I'm pretty sure they didn't give up that much to move up, huh?
They gave up the 130th pick. So
okay, solid for the best tight end.
Yeah,
that ain't bad. All right, so moving on, we got Dallas picks right here. With the 26th pick, they picked up Massing Smith, defensive end, defensive tackle, Michigan. DC, what would you grade this one right here, man?
I give it an A because they got a run stopper now. This guy, he's pretty good at stopping the run, man. I like it. I don't know if he was on their big board from the jump or whatever, but I think they got a good guy. Yeah. Mazzy. It's gonna help on the run for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Jerron?
So Cowboys were 22nd in the league in allowing rushing yards. And the only reason they were 22nd is because they got Jonathan Hankins at the end of the year who kind of stopped the bleeding. Yeah. He's a really good run stopper. He's a athletic freak. Bruce Feldman, who does the freaks list in college, said he's witnessed them. He did 22 bench press reps at 325.
That's it?
No, I was about to say that. Usually at the combine, they bench rep 225. Yeah. He did 225 34 times. His vertical leap was 33. He clocked a 4.4 shuttle time, 3 cone 6.95, which would have been like top stuff, the combine, if he participated. He's a really good run stopper, best run stopper in the draft. And Will McClay, who's the de facto GM for the Cowboys, he basically broke the pick down saying in college he was a two-gapper. Now in our scheme, they're going to fix his stance because he was in a frogman stance, which is hands down, bent over, ready to jack up a center. Now they're gonna put him in a stance where he can use all that strength he's got to throw offensive linemen around. I was hesitant on the pick. I did some more research. I'm gonna give it a B plus. I thought they would have gone Nolan Smith here. But I understand why they didn't go Nolan Smith. But yeah, B plus. I've grown to like their pick, and I trust them. They picked Tyler Smith last year, and I was like hesitant, and he played his ass off. So I trust them that they're gonna do what they got to do with this cat.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna give this one I say A minus, man. Right here, man. Like this right here is a good pickup, man. You know, like y'all do need help. You know, on y'all's run game to stop it. And I think that this right here is a good direction right here to go, man. So, I mean, he's the third best in his position, man. So, and the fact that you get him and you're in the high 20s, not pretty bad right there, man. All right, moving on. Jaguars with the 27th pick, they pick up Anthony Harrison, tackle, Oklahoma. DC?
I'll give it a B, man. I think there's other people that they could have got on the defensive side in that spot. But I understand why they did. It looks like their tackle might be out for a while.
Yeah.
Cam with some stuff he ain't supposed to be using. So I understand why they did it. But yeah, I'll give it a B.
Yeah, absolutely. So what that issue it just happened over a week. I was like, man, like at the wrong time, but it's kind of a good thing. I mean, like they caught it.
Yeah.
You know, like so I guess that addressed it and it did through the draft. So Jerron, what do you think about this, man?
I'll give it a B minus because if that news didn't come out, I don't think they'd do this pick.
No, they wouldn't.
So it's kind of
no doubt.
It's kind of a not a freak out pick. It's just a pick where
they needed it,
and it would have went somewhere else. I think they would have got maybe the guy from Alabama, Brian Branch, something like that would have fit real nicely in their secondary. This pick wouldn't have happened if the PED suspension didn't pop up. But yeah, B minus.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'll give it a B minus as well. Just because I feel like they were forced to get this one.
Yeah.
All right. So with the 28th pick, the Bengals select Miles Murphy, edge rusher from Clemson. DC?
I'll give it an A. I do.
Yeah.
Then they got two bookends. Man, I like that's a whole lot. Granted, they lose some people in the offseason, but this is going to be a heck of a move for them, man. Let's solidify that defensive line on the other side. So, yeah, I'm going to give them an A.
Yeah. All right. Jerron?
Same thing, A. When in doubt, help your defensive line.
Yeah, absolutely.
The players, I'm sure they would have liked Dalton Kincaid right there. And maybe Harrison themselves, but when in doubt, just pull the trigger on a defensive lineman. You can't go wrong. You
can't go wrong with that. Absolutely. I'll give it an A as well, man. Solid pickup right there. So with the 29th pick, Saints select Brian Breeze, defensive lineman from Clemson. DC?
I give it a B plus.
B plus.
Okay. They got a need out of it.
Yeah.
So with the Saints, they were struggling a little bit on the run last year. That's gonna help out.
Yeah.
The back end of that defense with getting a little older. Lattimore, he's okay, but they were still struggling, man, to get pressure last year. So let's give him a B. That'd be okay with that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Jerron?
I'll give him a B minus. Which could turn into a better grade in the future. He was going through a whole bunch of stuff this year. He didn't play up to what he was thought of. He got sick at one point, really sick at one point. Back to back, Clemson players go off the board. I give him a B minus, but I could be wrong. He could come in and light a fire under the defensive line.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a pretty good pick. Yeah. Can't complain.
Okay. I'm gonna give that pick a B minus as well. It's an average pick, really, man. It's like Like DC said, man, they could have gone secondary, but yeah, like I can see why they needed that pick. All right, so let's go with the 30th right there. With Philly, um, the Eagles select Nolan Smith, edge rusher, Georgia. DC, what are your thoughts on this one, man?
I'd give it an A, man.
Yeah.
The rich gets richer.
The rich gets rich.
Man, Philip had it. They just knocking it out the park
Yeah,
right now.
they do.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a Nolan Smith. I was probably took this long to go. Actually, I figured somebody would have traded up earlier to get him, but once again he fell into their lap. You know, there's no pressure on Philly. They just sit there and wait for whatever comes. Like everybody else, some of these other teams was in a panic to get up and get a guy. When you guys like Seattle and Philly just sitting there letting them fall in their lap.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll give it an A, man.
I'm surprised that the Saints didn't reach out for him.
Yeah, that would have worked for them too.
Yeah. Jerron.
I actually give it a B.
B.
Nolan Smith, I think he got hyped up a little bit because of his combine. Ran a 4.340, but on the field, he's kind of smallish. He's not really powerful. I don't think he would be able to run around tackles as he did, and he missed a lot of time with injury. So he does miss quite a bit of games with injury. I think even in a championship run, he didn't play. He didn't play that whole college playoffs. He was in the hoodie, so this is about where he should go. People, I think, were freaking out because of the 4.340, and he had a Georgia G on his helmet, which kind of boosted him up. He's not Hassan Riddick, but with them, like I said, it's Georgia North. He's the Georgia Eagles, so he's gonna fit in well. But I'll give it a B.
B.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna give that one a solid A- right there. I just like that whole Georgia North thing. And like you said, he's gonna go up there, meet more of his alumni up there and former teammates. So yeah, I think that right there is gonna be a good addition to the Eagles already.
Who do they take off the field to for him to play?
I don't know.
I don't know, but like that boy DC says, the rich keep getting richer.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna make a shirt from DC. Want to get our shirts?
Yeah. Rich get richer.
Rich keep getting richer, man. All right, and the final pick right here with the 31st pick, the Kansas City select Felix. I don't know how to pronounce his last
King
name.
Felix.
That's it. Just call him
King
King
Felix.
Felix.
All right. He's a edge rusher on Kansas State. DC, what are your thoughts on this one?
I
Man?
like it. A. I mean, they couldn't get the deal done. Like, what was it, Frank Clark? They couldn't get a deal done. So they went out and found one of the next best things for a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So
Way
you
much
got
cheaper.
definitely give him an A for that.
Same A.
Yeah.
A for
solid
Felix.
A.
Good player. Good fit. Good. It fits a need. So yeah, they did their thing with the 31st pick.
Yeah, I agree with that one with both of y'all. It's a great pickup right there and a cheaper deal. And you got them for the next, 4 years? No, 5 years?
5 years.
Yeah.
5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
All right. That sounds good right there. All right. But yeah, gentlemen, that right there concludes the draft right there as of so far.
The first
The
round.
first round.
Yeah.
And tonight is the second, third round.
Yep.
And then on Saturday, it's from 4th to the 7th round.
Yeah, plus the undrafted free agents.
Undrafted free agents.
Yes.
And the undrafted free agents, they're the ones that they get to pick where they want to go.
Right.
And believe it or not, I think people don't want to get picked in the 7th round because they'd rather go to a better situation, which I think is smart on their part. Yeah, you don't get that, guaranteed money or you don't get that, but you do have a better option to make the team and possibly even become a starter mid-season.
Exactly.
Exactly. And so that all depends right there. But yeah, other than that, gentlemen, how do y'all feel about the draft, man?
I said earlier, it's unscripted.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. First round went like that. I just gonna imagine second or third round is gonna go like that, man. I'm just surprised ain't no players been traded yet as far as for draft picks that are already on NFL rosters. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see some of that tonight. People actually trading their players for draft picks today. Yeah, because like I said, that Trey Lance thing is still out there. You know, they got to 49ers got to make a decision on that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, before we get to that, I was gonna just say, pretty good. It was really entertaining first round. I was gonna ask give me 2 winners, 2 losers of the first round that y'all got.
Let's start it off then, Jay.
So winner, number 1 winner is the Eagles. They always win, seems like. And my second winner would be the Seahawks. They improved mightily. Mightily this draft. And then losers, I would say I don't like what the Lions did. And then Will Levis. Will Levis went from a possible number 2 overall pick to not making the first round, and sitting in that green room the whole night. I started feeling bad for the boy. So that would be my winners and losers of the first round.
I got pretty much the same one, but also as a winner, I'd like to throw the Cardinals in there.
Okay.
They did some willing and dealing yesterday. Let's throw the winner. Atlanta loser for where they took Bijan. That was to me the unnecessary.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, so that was my other loser.
Okay. As a winners, man, I like what the Texans did. Even though, I don't want to sound biased because they're my team, but I get it, man. You know, they need players. They need players that will come and make an impact day one. And, they address that with the quarterback. And, you got a good defensive player also. So I'm gonna say the Texans are winners right here. I just don't like what they gave up in that part. But overall, if I'm, looking apart from that, I like the moves they did. Losers, what's it called? Like I do see the Lions. God, man, like I feel like both players will reach. They could have done better than that. Another winner, the Seahawks. Seahawks killed it with those 2 picks. And which other one? Which other loser? I think it was maybe.
You can't go wrong with Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Lions.
I think Atlanta, bro. Yeah, Atlanta's another team. Yeah.
And Detroit, you got a chance to make things better. You're gonna pick 3rd in the second round.
Yeah.
And Brian Brandt's still out there. Porter Jr. is still out there. Hell, Hendon Hooker's still out there.
Yeah.
For the situation that you guys are in. So you get a chance to make it up, Lions. Let's see what you do.
Yeah.
There's still some quality players left, and you got the 3rd pick in the second round.
Yeah.
So you got a chance to make some ground.
Yeah. So I was showing Jerron DC that the Lions they wanted to trade DeAndre Swift, man.
Yeah, it says they're fielding calls.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He what it say? He could be gone by tonight.
By tonight, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're right there. They're right there already made trade talks. So they're taking calls for him.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy because they hyped him up so much last year.
They did.
They say he's gonna be 1,000 yard running rusher, 1,000-yard receiver last year. All for him to fall off. The team in general.
Yeah.
Man, if I'm the Cowboys, I'll give you a 4th for him. I'll pick up his contract, and I'll give you a 4th.
And he's still in his rookie deal, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you still got that. And he was a first rounder pick?
He was a second rounder.
Like number 35 overall.
Yeah, early second rounder. Yeah. But the how quickly he fell out of favor from them in 1 year is I would want to do some research to see what happened.
Yeah, that works. Cowboys, get on the line.
Yeah,
Get on the line.
Yep. Get on the line for that.
he's gonna end up in Philly, but I'm telling you, he's.
You said it. I did.
It makes sense. He's gonna end up in Philly,
Yep.
and he's gonna wild out. They're gonna get an all-star team.
They got a couple of guys that still running backs. Cowboys got a chance to draft some of them.
Yeah.
Guys still like. I like the kid from A&M. That nobody really talking about. A-Chain.
A-Chain, yeah. He's just so small, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to go to?
No. Oh, you do?
I was just gonna go the best available.
Yeah.
Some names fell out of the first round. It's some pretty positive names or pretty popular names. Osiris Torrance, Florida guard.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear that'd be a good name.
I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, wouldn't be mad at that at
Joey
all.
Porter Jr.
Yeah.
Cornerback?
Yeah, 6'3" cornerback. Thought he was gonna end up at his dad's old team.
Yeah.
There's still a possibility that can happen.
Yeah.
Michael Meyer, everybody put him to the
end.
Cowboys, tight end. Julius Brents, 6'4" corner, Kansas State. A lot of people say he might go first round just because of how big he is. Brian Branch, we talked about.
Yep.
I could have sworn he's a first round player. I don't know what happened.
I don't either.
He didn't run fast, but who cares?
No.
He plays fast. Who else did that? Will Levis?
Yep.
Yeah.
He fell all the way out of the first round. Who else? There's some more names. Hendon Hooker.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna go. It's still gonna be a lot of fireworks tonight.
Yeah.
Like, do you think the Rams might pick up Will Levis?
Yeah. Either Hendon Hooker or Will Levis will be around, and I think they're gonna trade up to do it because they got a whole bunch of picks in the mid rounds.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna pull
the Rams?
Yeah.
Now they got the 5th pick
Yeah.
They got the 5th one.
in the second round.
The
Yeah.
second round.
Yeah.
They might have to go up to first pick in the
Because
second
Seattle
round.
got the 6th pick in the second round.
Yeah, they might have to get aggressive to get Will Levis, or they might just say, I like both Hendon Hooker and Will Levis.
Well, what about if the Raiders took Hendon Hooker? Do you see that?
If they did, to me, they should have just picked in the first round a quarterback.
Okay.
Let me see.
Watch one of you guys fall in Seattle lap. I can see it already.
Oh yeah,
Watch.
yeah. Seattle's gonna be like the Eagles in a little bit. Just everything that can go right will go right.
They might take Michael Mayer if they can.
For them. Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
would be nasty.
Yeah.
Some more names I like. Deion Henley, linebacker, Washington State. John Michael Schmitz. That's your so. Fredo,
Center.
y'all gave up the 33rd pick.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a good place to get your center for the future. But I think he's gonna go pretty early. Yeah, it's some good names still out there. Names that could have been called in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I had.
I think that center from Ohio State is still going to be available, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say he's the maybe third best center?
Third or fourth, something like that. But center's tricky. Because center whatever scheme you run, he might not fit the scheme that the Texans run.
Yeah.
The other guy might fit it. It's just center's a tricky way to evaluate.
Also, I do like that center from Wisconsin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, him too.
But maybe the Texans can move up, man. Who knows? Because I know the Texans the next pick they got is the 65th. So if they can move up at least on in a low 40s or high 40s, somewhere in mid 40s, maybe they can pick up the center. At this point, might as well. But besides that, guys, y'all got anything else?
No,
I'm good.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't wait to see what happens tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we will continue this right here on Monday. We're gonna recap everything around the draft. On a Monday's episode, we're not gonna go through every pick, but we're gonna go with the highlights, and we're gonna, of course, talk about the picks from our teams, from the Texans, Colts, and Cowboys. and also any other picks that are going to pop out in us, and possibly some trades. Who knows? All that stuff. But yeah. So if not tonight, maybe tomorrow we go pull up the episode of the Texans draft party. That one right there is gonna be pretty interesting and fun as well. But if you haven't subscribed to us, man, please do follow us, especially on the YouTube, man, and hit us up in the comments. But if you can't able to watch us on YouTube, if you just want to listen to us, Spotify, Apple Podcasts are the two big ones right there that we're on. But man, other than that, guys, appreciate the love, support that y'all giving us, and we see you on Monday, and we'll see what's up in the draft. But besides that, gentlemen, see you on Monday, man.
Peace
Later.
out.